Good morning, friends. It's Nancy, and I am ready to do a flip through of my Shabby Grungy. What was the other word I used? Shabby, Grungy, Raggedy. Raggedy. Oh my goodness, can't forget that piece. So I've been working on this for a little while. It's going to be 10.5 by 7.5. So it's got a lot of real estate here, plus 1.5 inch spine. Now this cover is original 1888 hardcover, like a magazine sort of thing. And I've done my best to restore it. It was really grungy, but I've preserved the better parts of the cover. It's been sealed, so hopefully that will keep it protected for a while yet. Here's the back cover. I used a ton of vintage and antique lace in here. Some antique shell buttons. I just went to town with the lace. There's even some buttons on the side there. So let's get started, and I will do my best to show you everything I've got going on here, and how I paid special attention to the book itself. So turning the cover, we have a fabric inside page, and I thought that the browns and blacks and little pinky brownie tones went well. This piece of lace here is actually hand crocheted bodice for a nightgown. This is a vintage receipt from the 20s for a laundry. And this is a journal card that I made, and this illustration comes from the original book. The front page here, I've used an illustration from the original book, and I cut this giant bunch of zinnias from this book, The Language of Flowers. If you ever see this book, grab it. It's great. And then the original page from the book as well, and it sort of shows like some Gothic ruins. This is a page from an artist's pastel paper book, and again I've added lots of vintage and antique lace, layers of lace. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of lace there. I've left all the stitches. Here is, this is the front page of a book that was really chewed up. I've reinforced it a bit with another piece from this Miss Ada Campbell's book. And this is some antique lace that I've attached here. This is a trade card advertising Singer sewing machine oil. This page came from actually a book about stamps, but it has butterflies. And I like the picture of the butterfly on this side too. Here's some tea-dyed paper. This is a book page from a book about operas. And this is a envelope for some petty point designs. Turn it over. This is actually the flap of the envelope that I have decorated with many layers of lace and a satin ribbon. Inside I have another journal card featuring a lady that was fussy cut from the original book, and she just slips under there. And this is some sort of a receipt from the Great American Insurance Company. It doesn't have a date on it. This is a vintage ledger with some purple writing on it. This is a page from a legal document from a will from 1897. Here we are with the authentic ledger page. This is the other side of that envelope. And if you saw my video Monday, I believe you would have seen how I made this extra additional journaling space with buttons and a peekaboo Matilda. So I indicated in my earlier video that I was inspired by Nick the Booksmith, who makes Raggedy pages. So I got my Raggedy on. This is a title page from an 1894 German chemistry textbook. Again, lots of layers of lace there, including this hand knit lace. And I made this tag featuring this gentleman hand cut from the book. We'll just slip him in there. There's some deer. I tried to choose pictures that had pretty illustrations. I did my best. Here's some more of that pastel paper. And I've added a couple layers of lace and this bow that is vintage seam binding. This is a book about floral motifs used in folk art. Here's another page from that German textbook. I can't remember where this page came from. It says The Haunt of the Kingfisher. You can see there's a little boat there, and there's a kingfisher perched. And it opens up for lots of journaling space. This is a flyleaf from a book about trees, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But it's all raggedy across the top. This is a record book for a German midwife. Some more tea-dyed paper. Another, oh no, this one came from a book about music. And I sewed this flyleaf from a vintage geography book. Okay, so yesterday when I was doing those editions inspired by Jacob, Eva, the Bohemian crafting lady's son, Jacob. So this is a folio from some kind of record book, not sure. And behind I've got this little image of these two boys, and just a tear off of actually that came from the pastel book. Here I've attached this this check. You can see the outline of the rusty paper clip that was holding that in. And sewn to that is a page from a book about Burns. I had to think of that for a second. Another big pocket. This one's with a double layer of handkerchief. There's some lace behind it, some lace on top of it, lace here, there. So here's a tag that I made from the original book. I don't know what she was so scared of. And this is a receipt from 1909. from a furniture company. And that's authentic. More lace on the back, so I've got double layer there. This looks like it was cut from maybe a nightgown or a petticoat. Layer here, another motif on top. Original book page. Here's another Jacob idea. So I think this came from a wrapper for some vintage paper. And I just, you know, made some bends and inked it up a bit. And it flips out. That flips out. That flips out. This flips up. And here you're finding carnation and these two little ladies kind of looking up at where all the action's going on. And I made sure that the number was visible. Again, lots of lace. This is an old envelope dated 1901. But it opens up so you have extra journaling space there. And here's the front of the envelope. And I made a journaling card. And here is a postcard. But there's nothing on the back. So whether it was more like a greeting card or... I'm not sure. I just thought it was really pretty. And the colors sort of flowed together. So let's pop that in. This is a book page. Here is a book page about building design. This is a recipe for nut bread, and I love that it's been folded. It has a crease here. It's all grimy. And there's the back of the recipe. But it has these 3 blocks for extra journaling. This is a book from a book about flowers, wildflowers. This is a book page, a flyleaf. This, I have no idea where this came from. Somebody may have sent it to me. So I believe she is an actress. This is an accounting textbook. More lace. This little tag that I made, and this is a receipt. It's from 1923 for £39, 19 shillings, and 1 pence. More book page. Here again, we've got lace and this crocheted corner. Here is a tag that I made, and this is a postcard from, I think it might be 1919. It's very pretty. Another piece of lace, and I ran some white seam binding through it. It's from a book about birds. This was a flyleaf from a book. This is a picture that I fussy cut from the original Family Friend book. I stitched it onto this page. It's an envelope, and this computer card was stuck to it, so I left the computer card, but I covered it with this book page. And inside I've tucked this check from 1920 And this is a collector's card for Harry Horn's double creamed custard powder. It makes a delicious, smooth, creamy egg-like dessert. So both of those are genuine ephemera. I thought they fit nicely in the envelope, and we'll just close that Mr. Muscle Man there. This came from an antique book, music book. This came from a book about music. This came from a case book for a German midwife. And this came from 1885 maybe? Oh no, 1909. So this is a tax assessment. I think this was just a scrap from a letterhead. And this is a book page. It has an illustration. It says Music on the Waters. You flip it open. And I've made a little tuck spot here. And in the tuck spot, I have this genuine trade card for Clark's Spool Cotton with stubborn facts. It was hard to beat. This is another one of the... Actually, this one was inspired by Catherine, but she won't recognize it because she did it horizontally. So I've just layered up some random papers and stitched that down. And underneath, I have this letter that had a wax seal on it from 1934. The front was garbage. It had a big tear in it. So I just attached it down there like a pocket. And here's my the remainder of my nod to my craft crush Catherine from Catherine Brown. Artist. Sorry, Catherine. So here is a photograph. This was in perfect shape when I bought it at an auction recently, but I roughed it up with a blade. I bent it. I added some vintage tape, kind of creased it and folded it a bit. Room for journaling on the back. And this is a little card. It says it was from November 25th, 1900. It's a little Bible lesson. And so this is actually a vintage paperclip, and I think it's the same rusty paperclip that made the mark on that document earlier. So this just tucks on in here, and I added this little piece of vintage lace. Book page, bird book, more yummy lace that is stitched on here. This is hand crocheted, and on the other side we've got some more lace here. Somebody sent me this, and I'm not going to say who because I'll get it wrong. Sorry. I'm so sorry. This was sent to me in Happy Mail, though. So I've stitched it onto this document. This is a front of a music book. This is a book page from a children's book. Sort of turn of the century. Little ledger page. This came from a book about music. Here's cross stitch pattern, and on the other side another Jacob, son of Eva, inspired page. So this is a page from Girls Own Annual. It flips open. See, there's a little picture of girls there, and then this is a hunk of book page, and it flips open. Photograph of Mark Twain. This came together. This is from, it says 1931. And if you see the little clip on here, it kind of pokes all the way through. So I didn't want to take that apart. So I just put this in together. Another little pocket with some yummy, yummy, yummy lace. I love that. And inside I have a bill for some gloves from 1907. Oh, I pulled you out. Get back in there. And this is just doused in lace. So here I have a journaling card that I made. This is an antique from 1912. Beautiful postcard. And this is a bill from 1880. And the paper is so heavy. I don't know if they were doing an inventory or what they were doing, but just kind of spread those things in there. And this is the last page. This is a fussy cut from a book. You can see I had the other side of the page. I wanted to glue this on here so badly, and then I thought, no, just pin it in there. So I've got this little paper clip holding it in, and if the new owner wants to glue that down, she can. If not, it can go somewhere else. I just felt like that was maybe a step too far, but it's there. 2 tags. And this is a receipt from 1911 from a ladies' tailor's, Kaplan and Brothers, in Savannah, Georgia. And again, this is fabric on the back, and this is lace, hand crocheted lace from a bodice of a nightgown. And it looks like little baskets of flowers and has little embroidered details on there. So we'll stick Kaplan and Brothers back in there, and these 2 takes. So lots and lots of gorgeous vintage and antique lace, just dripping with it. This is 5 signature hidden hollow back spine. It's very raggedy, very grungy, very shabby chic. So this is now in my shop, and the link is below. If this is interesting to you, go take a look, see if it can become part of your journal collection. I'm ready to get on to the next thing. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching all the videos as I created this journal. We will talk again soon. Bye-bye.